ladies and gentlemen. On today's episode of When Daddy Justin Does Physics, we're going to have 3 examples of Newton's laws of motion. These including Newton's first law of motion, which states an object will not change its path of motion unless an outside object affects it or hits it. The second law being force is equal to its mass times its acceleration, and the third law being when forces happen, when they hit, they're going to have an equal and opposite reaction. Let's go hop into our 3 examples.
Alright, hello everyone, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to be today performing an act of Newton's first law of motion, which will be kicking the soccer ball. Well, at the moment the soccer ball is just sitting there, so it has inertia. Well, Newton's first law states that since it's just sitting there, it'll continue to sit there until an outside force acts upon it. And today, I will be that outside force acting upon it. Watch, as I demonstrate. Alright, so, as you can see, I kicked the ball. And when kicking the ball, the soccer ball wanted to fight me, but it didn't have enough force. The inertia did not have enough force to fight me. So it ended up flying across. Well, it came to a complete stop. As it hit the fence, it slowed down and lost most of its energy. But it still had some as it bounced off the fence. And as it rolled across the ground, rolling over things and hitting things, and gravity, it was stopping it, coming to a complete stop because of friction and gravity. Because as it was rolling across the ground, it was creating heat energy because it was rolling, and it was just rubbing against the ground, making it heat. Because have you ever rubbed your hands before? It makes them hot, doesn't it? That's what it was doing, but with the ball on the ground. And that's why the ball came to a complete stop.
Hello everyone. For my example for Newton's second law of physics, I'm going to be shoulder pressing 35-pound dumbbells. Alright? So when I shoulder press them, which I will do in just a moment, their weight, their mass is coming down on me, and I'm having to apply force and acceleration to move them back up as I will. Let's do that real quick so I can show you what it'll look like. About like that. Like that. So their mass, which is 35 pounds, and gravity is coming down, and I have to apply force to make them go back up. And this going like this is applying the force, and my muscles inside of my arm, very big, are applying the force to make them go back up. And it has acceleration as it's moving, as it will. See? Has an acceleration, may not be very fast, but it still goes up, right? Which means that I'm applying force to it. For Newton's third law of physics, it says that every object has an equal and opposite reaction. So an example of this would be my mom and my dad. See, my mom and dad hit each other, and then they both went their separate ways, and that's why I live with my aunt and uncle. Cut the video. So for the third law of physics, I'm going to be jumping on this trampoline. So when I jump on the trampoline, I will be applying a force to the ground, and the ground will be applying a force on me. It'll be pushing me up. This is why when I jump on the ground regularly, I can go up, not very high, because I'm big like that. And whenever you walk, this is how you walk. This is how most things happen in the world, because of the ground pushing back up on you. This is according to Newton's third law. So let me jump up on this trampoline real quick. Oh, fuck. Well, for some reason the last video ended early, but what I was going to do is I was going to get off the trampoline and explain how it was working. So when I was jumping, the trampoline would go down and it would put a force back on me as I propelled my legs in pushing my legs into the air, which would cause me to go into the air. This is because when I hit the trampoline, it applies a force back to me. As I apply a force to it, it applies a force back to me, which makes me go up in the air, and I come back down because of gravity. Yeah. But when I do this, the only reason that I'm able to jump and go is because of the ground pushing force back onto me. If this wasn't a thing, we couldn't walk, we couldn't jump, we couldn't do most things that we can. So, yeah.